Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ricky's launch. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening, your precious evening, to come and support Ricky. I know that it means a lot to her. I know she's feeling a little nervous, but I know that we know that she'll be amazing. So, what are you going to hear tonight? You're going to hear all about Ricky, her health journey, why she decided to say yes to this. You'll also hear a little bit from myself and her beautiful friend Christina. And of course, you want to know who I am, right? So my name's Tanya. I have been in the business and part of this beautiful community now for 7 years. And to say that I love it is an understatement. I actually started as a customer. And so there's two ways that we help people through this business. We help them as a customer, we help to support their health journey, or we also help them with their financial journey. So we help people to increase their financial independence, which is a game changer, especially when you're at our age. So a little bit about me and why I started as a customer. I was actually really unwell. I had been unwell for about 4 years. My doctor diagnosed me with an autoimmune condition called interstitial cystitis. And what that means is it means chronic pain every day. It means exhaustion like I've never experienced before. I was nana napping every day. I was struggling to get out of bed in the morning. I was crashing at the end of every night, but then I wasn't sleeping very well either. I had a lot of autoimmune symptoms like hair loss and skin rashes. I had this awful rash on my foot that just would not heal. No one knew what it was. I had cold sores constantly, mouth ulcers, UTIs. I had gut issues, headaches, and nausea. Like I was nauseous most of the time. I had yeah, I was constantly sick and always at the doctor. It seemed that my life revolved around being at the doctor or being on antibiotics. And so, of course, my gut health was in a really bad state. I was also highly stressed. So, of course, that was adding to the issues that I had. I also had joint pain in my hands, and the doctor just said, "Oh, it's just a little bit of arthritis." Well, when you're in your late 20s and you start getting joint pain and getting told that you've got a bit of arthritis, it's pretty scary because it's the last thing you want to be told. And it just got worse as I got older. So for me to be told that I had all these things going on and that they're degenerative and I would have them for the rest of my life and they would just get worse was not good. I set out and decided that I was going to heal. So I started researching. The doctor told me that there was a whole lot of foods that I couldn't eat to manage the interstitial cystitis. Well, I was horrified to see that most of them were fruits and veggies because I thought fruits and veggies was nature's medicine, right? So that started my research. I looked into acid and alkaline foods and what they do to your body and realized that fruits and veggies are amazing for our body. So what did I do? I started looking at different modalities to heal myself. And I spent probably about 10K in 4 years looking for anything that would help me. Nothing really changed much except removing gluten from my diet, reduced the tummy cramps and the pain a little bit and the confused bowel, but it didn't really take everything away. Fast forward, I watched my beautiful friend get better who had very similar symptoms to me. She had chronic pain and exhaustion as well, and the doctors didn't know what was wrong with her. But she was getting better, and she was getting better on fruits and veggies, right? Yeah, crazy, but it's true. So, fruits and veggies in a capsule, and I thought, right, I'm going to give these a go. So I tried them, and within 2 days, it all changed for me. My my cold sore healed, my energy was through the roof. I was bouncing out of bed in the morning. There was no nana naps anymore. I was going to bed at 11 o'clock and not at 7 o'clock. And I just felt really good. I was sleeping better. My gut was great. The headaches were disappearing. There was no nausea. There was I wasn't getting the infections that I was getting. I wasn't getting sick. I felt really strong. I felt really different. And then between 4 and 6 months, the pain in my joints started disappearing and eventually went away. I'd stopped getting the chronic pain about 2 months in. So I was absolutely blown away and loved the fact that this could really help so many people. If it helped me, I knew it could help more. The other beautiful thing about this is we get free chews, fruit and veggie chews for a child with our order. And at the time, my daughter was really unwell. She had severe anxiety. She was cutting and was having regular panic attacks. Now, we were struggling so much. We had called the CAT team that many times. She would barricade herself in the room. And the only reason why I knew she was cutting was because her boyfriend would be messaging me saying, Maya's cutting. She won't put the blade down. And we could not get in her room. She would hardly come out of her room because she mostly came out when we were not there or when we were asleep. And when she did, she was always in bursts of tears. We just didn't know what to do. It was a really difficult time. And once I started her on the products, because her psychologist wanted to get her on some medication, that we didn't want that to happen. So I got her on these fruits and veggie capsules, and within a week, she was coming out of her room. She remember her saying to me, well, Mum, I feel more positive. What's the matter with me? And I was so blown away by that. She was managing triggers like a professional. I just could not believe the change in her. And she's now, like, this is 7 years down the track now, and she's 22, and she's a fully functioning, a well-balanced adult. So I'm so pleased that we managed to start her out on this. So what are these little things that I'm talking about? Well, basically what they are is it's Juice Plus. Juice Plus is a company that have been around for 50 years. And what they have produced is they produce fruits and veggies in a capsule. Now, essentially, these are 30 plus fruits, veggies, and berries. And they are, so we're talking millions and millions of phytonutrients flooding your bloodstream every single day. What do you think that does to your body? Amazing things. What it does is it gives your body the fuel that it needs to do what it knows how to do, but it can't do because we're not giving it the food that it needs to do that with. Most of us have a really poor nutrition diet. And so what this does is these flood our bloodstream. They go within 7 minutes, they go directly to where your body needs it the most. Your body needs to be able to function at a high level. It needs to be able to produce energy for you to get through your day. It needs to be able to detox properly, and it also needs to be able to heal your body. Most of us will be lucky if we're getting the energy to get through the day, or if we're just functioning, really. Most of us are just functioning, which is pretty sad because of the amount of stress we have. So what are in these? These are essentially vine ripened, grown on a 3-generation organic farms, vine ripened, and then are almost allowed to fall off the tree. They are snap frozen and then to lock in the nutrients, and within 24 hours they are crushed down into like a giant slushy, and then they are dehydrated at a really low temperature so that none of the enzymes or the nutrients are destroyed, and then they are placed in a capsule, in a vegan capsule. And the reason for this is to prevent oxidation. Any veggie powder that is open to the air in a container is dying within the second time that you open the container or the bag. These don't. They go straight. They are fresh and live as soon as you put them into your body. The other thing about these is they are all plants. There is nothing else in them, and they are GMO free and tested, the most pesticide free also, and they are the most researched product in the world. Ask Siri or Google or Alexa and they will tell you the same thing. Juice Plus is the most researched product in the world with so many beautiful testimonials. And while we were talking about the free product for a child, these are these here. So these are, goodness, you can't see them because of my background. Sorry, guys. These are chews, the chew form of the capsules. And with every fruit and veggie pack order, you receive the chews free to sponsor a child, if that's what you want to do, or the capsules between the age of 4 and 18 for up to 14 years. How cool is that? I tell you what, it was a lifesaver for my daughter. She was, yeah, it was just incredible. Now, the other beautiful thing that we have, so all of our products are plants, all of them. We don't have synthetics in them. There's no nasty additives or anything like that. It's all from food because your body recognizes what food is. It does not recognize anything that is synthetic. It's basically sees it as a toxin and you'll be peeing it out. So any vitamins and multivitamins or minerals or anything like that that you're taking in a synthetic form is not really working for your body. These are great because your body recognizes them as food and uses them like food. Our beautiful omegas. No fish anywhere near these. And the reason why we don't use fish is one, they're not sustainable. 2, they're high in mercury. And 3, you have to, because the omega-3 oil does not reside naturally in the fish, they have to eat the algae to get it in. We have to chemically and heat process the fish to get the oil out. So imagine what that's doing when it's inside your body. If it's rancid, it's not doing your body any good. The beautiful thing about these is because they're from plants, mostly algae and another 5 seed sources, is that they are cold pressed. So there is nothing chemically involved or heat involved in any of them. And they are a blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So the perfect amount of what we need for our body. And they taste delicious. These are amazing. These are a big part of helping me with my joint health. The other beautiful thing we have is we have our healthy protein powders. Now, these are gorgeous. I love our Complete. They are full of superfoods and vegetables, and they're very high in B vitamins. They are also very high in pre and probiotics, so they are great gut food. They're awesome mood boosters. So if you're feeling a little bit down in the afternoon, these are a great pick-me-up. Awesome hot chocolate for kids, a really healthy option. These are great in smoothies and any baking. They are a big part of our program that we have. And yeah, just love them. Amazing for our body. Things like yucca and spirulina that you wouldn't normally buy and eat. And lastly, we have our high performance powder. Now, this is absolutely delicious. Obviously higher in protein and lower in carbs. So it's great for people who need to have a higher protein, like people who work out at the gym, or even people our age. As we get older, us ladies, we need a lot more higher protein than we would normally. Now, let me tell you about our beautiful detox. Our detox, our 10-day detox, is what we do every month. And as part of our 10-day detox, we obviously our products are a big part of this, but we take people through the whole 10 days step by step. The last month we had over 500 participants, and the incredible results that are coming out of the detox is amazing. I lost 4 kilos, and some people are losing between 2 and 8. One lady lost 8 kilos in 10 days. That is crazy, right? But then there is beautiful other benefits as well that people are getting, like improved skin, improved gut health. I started getting pain in one of my joints and one of my fingers, gone after 10 days. And so what it's doing is it's resetting people's health, and it's giving them a kickstart into feeling really good. And then what we do is we support them through blocking them into a lifestyle program to help maintain that weight and help maintain that really good health. So if you want to know anything about the detox, definitely let Rikki know, because we do them every month and they are definitely a game changer for your health. So while we are talking about health, what I would love to do now is I'm going to get Rikki on. I'm just going to add you to me, sweetheart. Look at that gorgeous hair. And I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. Would you like to unmute? Great, thank you.
There we go.
Because, yeah, I'm sure your friends would love to know all about your health journey. So would you like to tell your friends how long you've been using the products for, how you felt before you started, and how you're feeling now?
Cool. Well, Christina did introduce me to the Juice Plus, or would be when you first kind of started. So a couple of years ago, I did do an order, and it was just with the berries, the fruits, and the veg. Yeah, sorry. And I started off with that, and it was really good. And then things happened, and I fell off the bandwagon. But life happens, stresses happen, all the rest of it. And then just recently this year, like we've been talking about it a few times, she actually invited me to come along to the conference, which was really cool. And I said, you know what? I've known Christina for quite some time now. Met her on one of my birthdays, and she's continued to be my friend since. So thank you. Met her through dancing and all that sort of fun stuff, which was great. Yeah, so I just went, you know what, I'm going to support my friend. I said, you know what, why not? Let's do this. So I did just recently try the 10-day detox. And for those that don't know, I do have kind of like an autoimmune thing. So it is more about the gut. So the redness of my face is called rosacea. I also, unfortunately, still get adult acne, especially around that time of the month. I have not hit that next stage yet. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, and I've been put on insulin in the last couple of years, or last year and a half. So yeah, it's been interesting. I went from 70 kilos to 96 kilos just from the insulin. Been working on my health and fitness and all that sort of stuff anyway. But after the detox, just by day 3, like you said earlier, Tanya, like with your daughter, by day 3, I felt amazing. I've reduced my insulin. I was on a rapid pen as well as 40 milligram or 40 units of long insulin. And by day 3, day 4, I was down to 30 units and no rapid. So that's where I've stabilized at this point in time. And to give an idea about my sugar levels, what is normal is usually between 4 and 8. I was sitting between 12 and probably 16, which is better than what I was on prior to starting insulin. However, lately I've been waking up and I've been sitting at 7 and 8. So, and before dinner, I'm sitting at 8. So I'm not actually needing that rapid with dinner at night time. So that's been the biggest improvement. By day 4, I think day 3, I saw notices in my face, and I know Shane's kind of seen some of the posts, but I did a day 1, day 3, day 5, and then at the end of the day, end of the 10 days, my face, even though it's a little bit redder tonight, it's actually quite warm sitting in this room now, but I don't have any adult acne through my last cycle. And people have actually noticed, oh my God, you look amazing. You look like you've lost heaps of weight. I didn't actually lose weight, but I did lose the bloating. So the upper part of my stomach and the lower part of my stomach have actually shrunk. So I've gone from a size 16 to a size 14. And yeah, the guys at work, it's amazing at actually how many people in health have actually used Juice Plus previously. There's for lots of different reasons. People just stop, or if life happens. But yeah, since sort of starting it, there's a lot of hype around it, like that it has been a good product. I've had a girlfriend of mine that was on it for years. With her 2 children, have got high medical needs and all that sort of stuff. She said it was an amazing product, but unfortunately life happened for them, and they've gone from a 2-income family down to a 1-income family, and she's gone back to studying. So things have, life happens. But for me personally, yes, so it's probably the last, it'd be longer, 2 months. Has it been 2 months since? June.
It has.
July.
Yeah, June.
Yeah,
Mid-June.
so another 3. Yeah. So since June, since getting back into the Juice Plus, I've just felt a lot more energetic. I've actually started going back to, I've got a PT now, so I go and see her once a fortnight just to get my strength back. Coping with life a hell of a lot better than I was previously, with a lot that's been going on in my own life with mum early passing and all sorts of other stresses. But sorry. Hope that answers that. Sorry.
Beautiful. I love all that. It's incredible. I didn't realize you had so many amazing results from the detox. I know that your skin cleared a lot. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. So happy for you, Rikki. So now I just want to ask you, why did you say yes to the business? Because there's a business behind this. So why did you say yes to it?
Because I need more money.
Better.
We all need more money, right? Especially at the moment with crisis, no. But also, just even this, like Shane's on with us tonight, and I can honestly say, like, I've tried another product, and with this particular business, the amount of support that is given, the amount of, like, we're all empowering each other, and I thought that was really something special, because I did try another product quite a few years ago, and I was kind of just left high and dry, and I'm like, what do I do? I'm not good at this. But another part of why I said yes was because it is about that nutrition. And for me personally, like my own journey at the moment, not just for my own health journey, but I work with young families, and a lot of them are quite very much on the poverty line. They're not getting good nutrition. There's mental health concerns, there's all that sort of stuff. And for me personally, my own business, when I get it up and running, will be for young families and reconciliation of families and good health, good, healthy living, healthy well-being, basically. And so this was a really, really good way to start and implement, not just for myself, but for other women and for families as well. Which, is why I kind of said yes. And the fact that everybody is so supportive and there's a network, it's like a little family, like everybody has been so lovely. If I've reached out for some help with someone, like Christina, you're always the first one to jump in anyway, so thank you. But like Tans, you've also said to me, if you need anything, just give us a holler, just send us a quick message. I've had a few other people that I've sort of started reaching out to within that community. And so everybody's really supportive. So for me to even go out and try this sort of thing again was to, the fact that there was so much support, everybody's empowering everybody else to succeed. So, and the fact that I can empower other families and other people as well. So I talk too much. Sorry.
Lovely. No, I love it. I love it. I really love it. I love your reason why too. Especially when you can actually, we've got free product, right? So you're getting 2 for the price of 1 in a family, which is beautiful. Okay, my darling, well, we will come back to you, but right now what I would love to do is I would love to spotlight the gorgeous Christina. I'm just going to remove, there we are, and spotlight the gorgeous Christina. So Christina is actually sponsored Rikki into the business as a customer first, as Rikki has already mentioned. And Christina and I have known each other for quite a while from the salsa world. So it's been such a pleasure to work with her. Sweetheart, I would love it if you would just share your business story, please, the reason why you said yes to this 2 years ago.
Thank you so much, Tans. And Rikki, what an amazing share. I feel so honoured to be here with both of you tonight. And yes, as Rikki kept saying, it's about the empowerment through this business that really have got me to here, but also the business model. So I started in the business shortly after I started on the product. So I became a raving fan of the products based on my own health journey, like many of us here. And so, yes, I've just ticked over 2 months to the months 2 years, 4 months. And I fell in a slump. Both my health fell in a slump. lots of stress, lots of other things going on, the perimenopause, the joints and the weight gain. Just life wasn't great. And so I found Tans, on in the dancing scene. I danced for a living. And so she was gaining all this energy, and I wanted to know what on earth she was doing that I wasn't doing. And hence she introduced me to these wonderful products. And when I was on the program then, which was the reboot program, I just fell in love with what my body was doing on them. And knowing I came from a former medical science background, so I knew that these well-researched products were really well backed, and they had longevity in Australia, in the world as well, but in Australia specifically. And I knew that there was a lot of backing. So I was skeptical at first, because I thought, why can't I just eat more veggies? But in actual fact, I just cannot eat the 30 plus veggies on a daily basis and get that goodness into my body. And because I felt so good, I started to shed the inflammation in my body was shedding, but I also found myself in a slump financially because there were the COVID years, and I had the dance and entertainment business was really hard hit. And that's been my sole income for like 20 years. I can't even count now, as I've lost count past 20 years. And that had been my living path post pharmaceutical research. So I kind of made my own living in my own terms. And then I found myself looking for other ways to make a living, and then finding another situation that was even more stressful than I ever thought it could be. So that took its toll on my body. Whilst the money was there immediately, it wasn't satisfactory because of the way I've been treated and never felt valued. And then, so Tans offered me to kind of take a look at the business model, and I was so frightened of that business model because I didn't think I was that kind of person that went out there and kind of taught product. And yet I realized I actually have been doing that because I've been doing it in my own business. But the difference with this business model had been the fact that we get everything, the support around it. So when I was doing my traditional business, it was all about me doing a million things, a million hats. Whereas the Juice Plus business had so much support for every step of the way. So you didn't have to know everything at once. You didn't even have to be a business owner before joining. You were taught every step of the way. So it was a really open learning environment that was very encouraging. It was a lot of women and a few good men. So people supporting each other to win, like you've noticed already, Rikki, in the short time you've been in the actual business. It's all about celebrating our wins and empowering one another to be better than the day before without the competitiveness. So that really aligned to my soul's journey. I'm about helping others. And since this was also a healthy journey, I feel like I've been getting paid to be the healthiest version of myself and getting back my bounce. I feel more alive than I did 10 years ago, let alone 6 years ago, let alone 2 years ago. So I feel more bounce in my step. I've returned. I was also on the amazing 10-day, very simple to follow detox. And most people go, detox, oh, there's so much deprivation in that word. But detox, this kind of detox, it's the detox, because the program is absolutely amazing and we are nutritionally supported every step of the way, as well as community support to be able to eliminate toxins from our body. So my whole ethos is about helping others and to be the best version of themselves, to be the healthiest and with longevity. Like, we're all getting older, and how do we live our best life if we are not feeling vibrant and the healthiest we could be? Like, I lost my beautiful mother way too young, at 72 years young. That was 6 years ago, and that motivated me even more to find the source of illness and focus on healing and how we can heal ourselves. The gut is the number one thing. So 90% of all illness is through the gut. So if we can heal our gut, bring in all of those amazing benefits from the plants, we start to heal from the inside out. So that was the motivator to continue. But then also the business model itself and how we can work on our own time. Like, if we don't have time, we just, in stolen moments, we can do a little work for a lot of impact down the track. So I started quite strong very early, and it was really motivational to see money come in, and it was supplementing my dance business that had taken its toll through just, as I said, life happens, and people haven't got the same kind of disposable income to go and enroll in a million festivals and dance classes as much as they used to, or entertainment. Certainly we're not getting paid the way we need to be paid, and I didn't want to go out to do other work, and this was the perfect place, a perfect solution to supplement that income. And it was a really simple model, and it builds as you build, you grow yourself, and then it continues kind of like this amazing compounding effect. So I love all the training. We get so much amazing free training from incredible leaders earning a lot of money, and they give this time to us who are learning that way. So I really love the business model. I love the product itself, and I know that I'm helping inspire healthy living around the world, living that mission of inspiring healthy living around the world and creating an income while creating this impact. So it's totally aligning to my soul's journey. So yeah, I'm hook, line and sinker, want to share it with others. I'm so excited that Rikki said yes, because yes, we've been friends for that, I don't know, 6, 7, I can't even remember the year, 2016-ish. Anyway.
37, I think. So 20.
Oh my goodness. 70, yeah. Well, anyway, it's a long time ago, and I felt like there was some connection that we want to empower others, and our journey is intertwining. So you can actually build a business full of your best friends as well. So I feel that was a real win, and yeah, no brainer for me, because I get to work with a beautiful Tans, who's such an incredible mentor and support, and a lot of other wonderful women. So now, Rikki, this is an exciting time, that it is a time of growth in this kind of business, and I'm excited to be journeying this with you and seeing you live your best life. So yay, that's a little bit of my business story.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay, now while we're talking about business models, I just want to share this. This is an incredible quadrant. This is the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, for anyone who doesn't know it. And I just want to share a little bit about this, because our business model is going to blow your mind. So, most of us are sitting on this side of the quadrant. And really, when we think about it, most people are employees. Put your hand up if you have been an employee, or you are an employee at some stage in your life. So this was totally me. I started out like this, and I spent a long time in here. So basically you have a job, as an employee, you have a job. What you're doing is, and what I didn't like about it, was the fact that you had to show up every day. So if you didn't show up, you didn't get paid. Yeah, you get annual leave, but you only get 3 weeks a year. And yeah, you get sick days, but you only get 10 sick days a year. And particularly with me, I was a social worker, and we actually had to ask for time off when you were sick. So, and then, like if you have more than 2 days off, you actually have to go to the doctor and get a medical certificate, which is, more money when you don't have much. And what I didn't like about it as well is that I was lining someone else's pockets. I was building someone else's dream and not my own. When you have a job, there's only so much money you can earn. You're capped, right? Your income is capped. And we were not getting ahead financially. Nothing was changing for me. Sure, I had a little bit of impact, which is what I wanted, but we have a job because we want to survive. We need to pay the bills, right? Well, we were not. We were just paying the bills, but we were actually not getting ahead. So we were not able to compound, like Christina talked about compounding our money. We were not able to do that. We were not able to invest it. We couldn't travel anywhere like we really wanted to. And the other thing I didn't like about it was I didn't like that I didn't have my own time. I was always answerable to my boss, and my time was not my own. And of course, when my daughter was really unwell with severe anxiety, I couldn't be there for her, and I wanted to be at home with her. Well, I couldn't do that. And of course, I'm at the age now, I'm 54, and all I want is to build a legacy, so that when I'm not here, my kids have got something. But I also want to have a really good retirement where I don't have to scrimp and save. And so as an employee, this just was not working for me. None of it was working. And I thought, well, how am I going to make more money? How am I going to have more time for myself and for my daughter? How am I going to build a legacy? How am I going to be able to invest some money? So what do? We think, oh, we'll become self-employed, right? And self-employed, you own a job. That's the only difference. Because at the end of the day, as a self-employed person, if you don't show up, you don't get paid. So, think about anyone who's coaching or anything like that. Sure, you can choose the time that you work, but if you don't show up to coach that client, they're not going to give you the money, right? It's not a passive income. It is not a good way of compounding. And again, all you're doing is you're replacing your job with a job for yourself with just a little bit more time flexibility. That's it. The best place to be is on the other side of the quadrant. So let's talk about becoming a business owner, because this is something that I thought, okay, well, obviously having a job and being self-employed doesn't really work. Why don't we own a business? So we looked at getting a Columbus cafe. Well, just as the initial investment, $300,000 to $400,000 just for the investment. And that does not cover the building, the rent, all the overheads, the staff that you have to employ and pay. The overheads were absolutely enormous, and we were basically tied to the business. We'd be lucky if you make any money or any profit in the first 3 years. It takes 3 to 5 years to make any profit in a business. Imagine being tied to a job, to a business, all of that time, not being able to go away anywhere, and having masses of overheads that you have to cover. No wonder most businesses, most bricks and mortar businesses don't last. It's really sad, but it doesn't. This is where the Juice Plus business model comes in that Christina was talking about. This makes absolute sense for me. The investment, let's start with the investment. $57.50 if you're in New Zealand, $55 if you're in Australia a year. That's it. And there are no overheads, zero. You don't have staff, you don't have to pay anyone, you don't have to pay for anything. All you need is a phone and Wi-Fi, which you already have and you already paid for, and you can claim everything back on your tax because it's your own business. The other beautiful thing about it, you get to seriously choose your own hours, and you can create leverage and compound your money. It is a passive income stream. So let me tell you a little bit about what I did. When I started this business, I decided that I was going to leave my job. 4 months later, I left my job and I traveled around Southeast Asia with my husband for 10 weeks. This business paid for that without me having to do any work. Last year, I had a massive health and emotional crisis in my life. My husband and I separated, and I was diagnosed with 2 different cancers. I had to take 10 months off, and I did nothing on my business. I got paid every single month a full-time income. That is the beauty of our business model. That is the beauty of passive income. And that's where our business, an online network marketing business, works. It really does work because we're leveraging other people's time. And then what you've also got, because you own a system and people work for you, it makes sense. And then that gives you the money so that you can become an investor where your money works for you. And that's where compounding comes in. It absolutely makes perfect sense for me. And here I am, 7 years later. I get to be at home. I get to hang out with my kids who are now adults and my grandkids who I have a lot of. I can travel whenever I want to. I don't have to answer to anyone's boss, and I am building my dream, mine, only mine, for whatever it is that I want to do. And that's what's so beautiful about this business model. Now, on that note, I'm going to bring the gorgeous Rikki back, and I'm just going to ask her one question. Okay, darling, I might actually add me in there too. There we are. So you don't have to feel quite so in your face. So, Rikki, what are you excited for with your future, honey, that this business could bring you?
I'm just take it one day at a time, which I actually really like about this business because there's no pressure to go hard and fast. And yeah, so just take my time, see where I go. But ultimately, like I said, I've got 2 goals in life. One is to have my own little service up and running, but also to help people, help families, healthy mind, healthy body kind of thing. And holistic wellness is kind of what I'm looking at. And, so far, we've actually, I think 5, so almost 5 or 6 orders. Yeah. I did 3, and then I've got another 2 or 3 on their way. So, just even with that, it's hard to explain. It's just more, I like seeing the results. So that's what I'm excited for, to seeing people, basically feel the same way I do, feel the same way you do. Same for Christina. Like, she looks $1,000,000. And I met Christina many moons ago, and she, tried this, and I've been following her, and I thought, no, I've jumped off the bandwagon. She kept sort of hitting me up a little bit every now and then, going, hey, how you going? Do you want to get back on? This is what's happening. I'm like, no. So I'm just more excited to see the results that other people are getting as well. And the fact that I can help someone achieve their goals as well, whether it's health, whether it's mind, body, wellness.
We understand that. That's the power that we have, that impact. It's beautiful. Awesome, darling. Is there anything else that you'd like to say just before we finish up?
I'm just going to say thanks for Shane, who's been like my number one supporter when I've tried something new. He's always turned up, even though it may not be what he's into. He's always showed up. So that's what I call a brilliant friend. So yeah, similar sort of thing. We've been mates for years. So I just want to say thanks for him for showing up. But and those that are wanting to try and get onto it, hit me up. So far so good. So yeah.
No, and definitely, Shane, that's exactly what friends are for. I love that you've got that, Rikki. It's, like attracts like, honey, so you must be a good friend too. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm just going to finish off here and say thank you so much to everyone who has shown up, or anyone who is watching this replay back who couldn't make it tonight. And didn't Rikki do well? Wasn't she amazing? We know how nervous she was. But like Rikki said, if you do have any questions, if there's anything that you'd love to know, please reach out to Rikki. She would love to help you. She has Christina and myself also to help her. So if she can't answer anything, she will come to us. So honestly, you might be thinking too that this is not something for you. But if you know somebody who this could really support, then please let them know as well. But if you really want to make a change in your health, give the detox a go. It's an incredible opportunity to reset your body, and as Christina explained it, to ensure that you are nutritionally supported along the way. It's not a hardcore detox, but it does work. It's brilliant. So reach out and ask Rikki about that. Or if you want to earn a little bit more income, have another stream, maybe a bit of pocket money, maybe you want to do what I do and Christina, and that is to work full-time on this in part-time hours, then absolutely get your questions answered. And thank you so much for your time on a Thursday night. We appreciate all your patience. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Bye.